Ever wondered where your food really comes from? Not the grocery store, but way before that. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of mega farms in the Americas. These aren't your grandpa's small-time operations. We're talking about massive, industrial-scale agriculture that feeds millions, and we'll explore everything from the crops they grow to the policies that shape their existence. So, grab a snack, chances are it started its journey on one of these farms, and let's get started. First up, let's talk crops. When you picture a massive farm in the Americas, what do you see? Miles and miles of corn? Endless fields of soybeans? You're not wrong. Corn and soybeans are the undisputed kings of mega farming, especially in the United States and parts of Brazil and Argentina. These two crops are incredibly versatile. Most of the corn isn't the sweet corn you eat off the cob. It's field corn, destined for animal feed, ethanol production for fuel, and a huge range of processed food ingredients like high-fructose corn syrup. Soybeans are similar. They're a primary source of animal feed and are processed into soybean oil, tofu, and countless other products. The scale is just mind-boggling. A single megafarm can span tens of thousands of acres, an area larger than some cities. To manage this, they use cutting-edge technology. Think GPS-guided tractors that plant seeds with millimeter precision, drones that monitor crop health from the sky, and massive irrigation systems that deliver water exactly where it's needed. This is precision agriculture. It's all about maximizing yield, getting the most crop out of every single acre. Beyond corn and soy, you'll also find massive farms dedicated to wheat, cotton, and in regions like California, vast orchards of almonds, grapes, and citrus fruits. In Latin America, mega farms might focus on sugarcane for sugar and ethanol, or coffee and bananas for the global market. The choice of crop is heavily influenced by climate, soil, and global demand. These farms are businesses, and they grow what's profitable. Now, let's switch gears from plants to animals and talk about dairy. Mega dairy farms are just as impressive and complex as their crop-based counterparts. We're talking about operations with thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of cows. These are often called concentrated animal feeding operations, or CAFOs. Forget idyllic pastures. These are highly controlled environments designed for maximum milk production. Cows are housed in large barns, often with features like climate control, automated feeding systems, and even robotic milking machines. Here's how it typically works. A cow is milked 2 to 3 times a day. Instead of a farmer with a bucket, a high-tech rotary parlor can milk hundreds of cows an hour. The cows walk onto a slowly spinning carousel, automated machines attached to them, and by the time they've completed one rotation, they're done. The milk is instantly chilled and stored in massive tanks, ready for transport. Everything is optimized for efficiency. The cows' diets are carefully formulated by nutritionists to ensure they produce the most milk possible. Their health is constantly monitored, often using electronic tags that track their activity and milk output. Any drop in production can be an early sign of a health issue. This industrial approach has made milk and dairy products more affordable and accessible than ever before. But it's also a system that raises a lot of questions about animal welfare and environmental impact, which are huge topics in their own right. So, how do these colossal farms even exist? A big part of the answer lies in taxes and policies. The financial landscape for mega farms is incredibly complex. In many countries, especially the US, agricultural businesses benefit from a unique set of tax rules. For example, farmers can often deduct the cost of new equipment, like a $500,000 combine harvester, much faster than other businesses. There are also tax credits for certain farming practices, land use, and even for producing biofuels like ethanol. These incentives are designed to encourage investment in agriculture and ensure a stable food supply. Property taxes can also be different for farmland. Many regions have current use valuation programs, meaning the land is taxed based on its value as a farm, not its potential value if it were sold to a real estate developer to build a subdivision. This helps keep farming viable, especially near urban areas where land prices are skyrocketing. However, these tax benefits can be controversial. Critics argue that they disproportionately favor large, corporate farms over smaller, family-owned operations, making it harder for the little guys to compete. It is a constant balancing act for policymakers. How do you support a vital industry without creating an uneven playing field? This brings us directly to government policies and subsidies. Agricultural policy is one of the most powerful forces shaping the world of mega farms. For decades, governments across the Americas have implemented programs to support farmers and manage food prices. The most well-known of these are subsidies. A subsidy is essentially a financial payment from the government to farmers. These can take many forms, There are direct payments, which are just what they sound like. There are also price supports, where the government guarantees a minimum price for a crop. If the market price falls below that level, the government makes up the difference. Another huge one is crop insurance. The government heavily subsidizes insurance policies that protect farmers from losses due to bad weather, like a drought or a flood or a sudden drop in crop prices. This removes a massive amount of risk from farming, which is an inherently risky business. These policies have a profound effect on what gets farmed and where, because subsidies have historically been tied to specific commodity crops like corn, soy, wheat, and cotton. They encourage farmers to plant these crops over and over, sometimes on a massive scale. This system was originally created to protect small family farms from going bankrupt during tough times. But over the years, a significant portion of these benefits has flowed to the largest agricultural operations, the megafarms. It is a complex web of economic incentives that has directly contributed to the consolidation of agriculture into fewer, larger hands. Finally, let's talk about location. Location. Where do you find these agricultural giants? It's no accident. Megafarms thrive in specific geographic areas for very good reasons. The number one factor is geography and climate. The American Midwest, often called the Corn Belt, has incredibly deep, fertile soil and a climate perfect for growing corn and soybeans. The Great Plains, stretching from Canada down to Texas, is ideal for wheat. California's Central Valley is another prime example. It's a huge, flat valley with a warm, dry climate that, with the help of extensive irrigation, has become one of the most productive agricultural regions on the planet, growing over half of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts for the U.S. and South America. The story is similar. The Cerrado region in Brazil was once considered unsuitable for farming, but with technological advancements in soil correction, it has been transformed into a global powerhouse for soy and corn production. The Pampas in Argentina is another vast, fertile plain perfect for large-scale grain and cattle farming. Access to infrastructure is also critical. Megafarms need to be near transportation networks, highways, railways, and ports to get their products to market efficiently. You can't move millions of tons of grain without good logistics. Proximity to water for irrigation is another non-negotiable in many regions. The location of these farms is a perfect intersection of natural blessings and human engineering. They are strategically placed in the most productive pockets of the continent, creating the agricultural heartlands that feed the world. So, from the endless fields of corn in Iowa, to the massive dairy operations in California, and the sprawling soy plantations in Brazil, megafarms are a dominant force in the Americas. They are marvels of efficiency and technology, built on a foundation of favorable geography and shaped by decades of specific tax laws and government policies. They provide a plentiful and affordable food supply, but they also raise important questions about sustainability, competition, and the future of farming itself. Understanding these giants is key to understanding where our food comes from and the complex systems that bring it to our tables. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the world of megafarms. It's a massive topic, and we've only scratched the surface. If you found this interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the systems that shape our world. Let me know in the comments what you think about megafarms or what topic we should explore next. See you in the next video.